Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute. If you want this natural everyday look or face beat, stay tuned. Hey y'all, okay, so I'm about to be going in with this my everyday makeup look. I'm gonna be using this Fenty Skin moisturizing lotion. I'm only gonna be putting a little bit, just about. That's actually too much. Normally, what I usually use, but I'm just about to just go ahead and dab it on my face, and then I'm just gonna rub it in. So this is how I normally prime my face before putting on my makeup, and this just helps with prevention of creasings with your makeup, and you want everything to just have a flawless effect. Okay, so I'm just getting a little bit of my ears and my neck. Okay, so that is done. And I forgot to do my eyebrows. I normally do that off camera. For my brows, I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild brown pencil. This is what I normally shade my eyebrows with because they're still very thin. They are micro shaded too right now. Shout out to my micro shading artist because she snapped. So I'm just going to fill them in. And I'm just pretty much just tapping it with my natural shape. And then I'm just gonna blend it in with my finger because I don't need like too many tools. They're already done. Just giving it a little bit of extra shape right now and fullness. Okay, so next I'm about to go in with my favorite foundation, which is Maybelline Fit Me foundation. It's in the shade 240 in the golden beige color. So this is the foundation that I go to all year round. I sometimes like to mix it with a lighter foundation shade because I'm a bit multi-toned and I like to just match it to the best color possible. So this is what I like to do in the wintertime because I can never find my perfect shade. So this is the foundation brand that I've used over the past couple of years. I've tried other ones in the past, but they were mostly fails. I've tried the Fenty one in the past, but I just feel like that one looked a little bit more cakey on my skin. So I just like to stick to what I know. I was going to go ahead and just pat in the foundation, but I'm going to let this go ahead and dry down first because if you try to blend your foundation with your sponge immediately after, then it's going to just seep right into that sponge. So just go ahead and let it dry down for maybe about 2 minutes. And then I'm just going to just find something to do with my brows in the meantime. As you can see now, I am just going into my brow shape. So I'm just filling it in a little bit more, making it a little bit more fuller and a little bit darker so that it looks better during the complete look. So now that my foundation is dried up a little bit more, I'm just going to go ahead and take my beauty blender and dab and dab and dab. Really get that product all over your face as much as possible. You don't want to leave any of those pink spots like I have on my nose, so you want to go ahead and just blend your nose, blend every inch of your face pretty much. And go ahead and work that product into your forehead, blend it out as thoroughly as possible. Now that you're working that product more into your skin, you can literally add as more or less product as you think you would need. Different brands have different consistencies based on the materials or chemicals that are in them. But I find that this foundation works really good on me, so I'll try more in the future. Okay, now I'm just going to go down and put a little bit more foundation on my chin and my neck. So these are my problem areas. They are a bit darker than the rest of my face. Back then in high school, I started shaving parts of my face because I noticed that I had these unwanted hairs due to a hormonal imbalance. I started developing hyperpigmentation, which caused these spots to get darker and darker, which was not fun. So ladies, I do not recommend shaving your face with a razor because that can irritate hyperpigmented skin even more, especially without the proper aftercare treatments. So just go ahead and wax, go to a wax specialist, or if you're experienced and you're comfortable like me, just go ahead and wax yourself at home with the proper care and wax tools. I've noticed that over the past few years, my skin has definitely lightened up from waxing. Okay, and then next I'm gonna go in with my concealer that I use from Fenty as well. So here's the Fenty Beauty Concealer in the shade 310. And you want to go a shade like I would say like 2 shades lighter than your natural foundation or natural skin tone. So I love this foundation right here because it gives me really good coverage under my under eyes. And you only need like 1 pump of it. And I like to go in a little bit here. And then that just gives you more of a snatched effect once you get to blending. I normally don't conceal my eyebrows unless I feel like I really need to. I'm gonna put some right here. And then I'm just highlighting literally just the angles of my face where the natural sunlight would hit. I'm gonna just put a little bit right here for the sake of this video. I normally don't do my forehead just because that's just not my personal preference. And then right where my cheeks are, I want to just lightly do the sides. And then this is the part that I'm going to bake after. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and blend with my same foundation sponge beauty blender. So as you're blending your concealer under your eye, you're going to just blend it in a swift back and forth motion like this. And you're going to also do that on the other side of your eye. So you're going to just blend that concealer in a back and forth motion so that it blends evenly on both sides of your face. So you're going to blend that concealer upward toward your brow / your temple area. And that's going to give the illusion that your face is sort of lifting in a way, if that makes any sense. You're going to go ahead and just blend out any extra part that's light from the concealer. And you're going to go ahead and blend out your jawline area where that concealer was also placed. So as you're blending these areas, this is kind of the pre-step before you start structuring your face out a little bit more with that contour, which I'm going to be doing next. So this one is a concealer by E.L.F. Really nice one. I can't find the shade on this. What shade is this one? This one is in the shade, it's a deep cinnamon. Yeah, this is the deep cinnamon shade. This is the one I started using very recently. I'm loving it, y'all. I'm really loving this E.L.F. tone because it gives me that different contour look that I've kind of failed in the past. Okay, so with this, I'm gonna just go light right here, put a little bit right here. I'm gonna do a little bit beneath my chin, and then on my forehead, I'm literally just gonna put little swatches for where I want to give my face that more bronzy look. And then I'm gonna put a little bit right here because, no, you know what, no. I'm not gonna do that right now. Okay. So to blend, I'm gonna go in with my E.L.F. contouring brush. This is the one I normally use. And then I'm gonna just start over here for this cheek. So a new technique that I learned is to just go in with the like a more dense brush, because you can literally just kind of just blot it with the more dense brush. I can't find that brush right now, so I'm just using this one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of dab it. It's almost like I'm just painting it into my skin. So here you're gonna just take that contour brush and go over all of those brown areas by your forehead. And to spread that product evenly on your face, you want to just go into circular motions like this. This is the best way for me to blend. And you want to take that toward the jawline into a circular motion and bring that upward toward your hairline. I'm looking a little brown right now, so I'm going to blend this out with my beauty blender again in the end. So now I'm going to just take that excess product from the concealer and then just kind of go inward to my nose. Again, this is just my everyday look. I'm gonna blend this part in a little bit more. So some people do the 3 technique where you kind of just go in 1 and then 3. And that's the technique that they use to kind of just blend in all of the bronzed looks on your face. Okay. Now I'm taking my beauty blender to go over some of that concealer under my eyes. I didn't notice that there were a little bit of chunks near my lower lash line, so I'm just taking that beauty blender to just go ahead and blend out some of that. And I'm also going to be using this to just tone down some of those brown concealer marks on my face because my skin is not naturally brown, so I still want to have that contour effect, but I'm going to tone it down some with that sponge, with literally just the excess light concealer product on that sponge, and I'm going to just keep dabbing it into my face to get rid of some of that brown coloring. So now I'm going to be going in to set my concealer and foundation in together. So I'm going to be taking my beauty blender again, and I'm using the Maybelline New York's Shine Free Loose Powder in the shade medium, 02 medium, and this is the shade that I'm using for this Maybelline powder. I'm gonna go for the Laura Mercier's powder next because I always hear good things about it. I have not tried it yet, but that's the powder that I'm gonna be using next. I brought a bunch of more products the other day, and I'm excited to see some of those that comes in. Like, I needed new brushes and new makeup palettes that I'm going to try for the fall season, so stay tuned for those fall looks. So with this powder, I'm just dabbing it in under the highlighted areas that I did before. You can use as much or as little as you want. I kind of want to just go a little bit more than I normally do so that my makeup is still set by later this evening. And I'm gonna go in a little bit on my nose, just tracing those highlighted areas I did before. And then I'm gonna set my jawline. Much. Y'all, don't mind my nails. I forgot to mention that they look a mess. I'm getting them done in a few days, so I'm gonna chill on my nails right now because they look crazy. Okay, and then I'm gonna just set this part where the concealer also laid in the beginning. Okay, so a new technique I also learned is just with the powder to kind of go inward in this area too, because that gives you more of a snatched look for your nose. So just don't be afraid to get that powder into your nose too, because you're gonna blend it out at the end of the day too. I look crazy. And then I'm gonna just lightly tap the powder into my eyelids to set that concealer at the top of my eyelids as well. To set the concealer and the foundation into my eyelids. That's what I meant to say. And then you can also tap the powder into your brows too if you feel like your brow looks more pigmented more than you want it to look, and that just kind of traces out some of the color too, and it gets rid of that shine that I don't think a lot of people like in the eyebrows. I'm gonna fix that too in a minute. So I'm gonna use my I forgot what this is or who's this from. This brow shaping spoolie. It has the brush and the brow brush on the end to just fix my brow shape. I'm gonna go back in with the same pencil too to kind of get that color back in there. Just running it across it very lightly. Okay, quick fun fact. In the past, I used to apply my concealer under my highlighted areas, and then I would apply my powder to set that concealer in and then go for the contour with the concealer all over. Now it's complete opposite. So I would apply my contour with the concealer, you know, go around my face, and then I would apply the powder at last. I'm kind of mixing it up now, doing it a little bit different. I noticed that I've seen a big change in the new technique that I'm using. So I don't want to let this bake for too long, so I'm just gonna just brush it off. Lightly brush it off with this concealer brush. I'm sorry, this contour brush. So I'm gonna just slightly brush it off. And then just go ahead and blend it some more. Okay, so now is where I'm gonna go back in with this concealer, with this E.L.F. concealer. Very lightly, so that I get that contour effect that I wanted again. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit at the tip of my nose. And just go ahead and blend. And then I like to drag it up so where your eyebrow meets, I guess, the top of your nose, you're gonna just blend it out into your eyelids. That's what I like to do. And I don't think I'm gonna do a eyeshadow. I'm just literally just gonna do a natural everyday look. And then whatever you still have left on your brush, just blend it into your face. Keep blending it into your face. Okay, so let me go and blend this nose out a little bit because it's a lot going on. So here I'm just taking my beauty blender to continue blending out those harsh brown lines where I initially contoured my nose with the concealer. So just keep blending as much as you can to create that seamless look. Now that I'm done contouring my nose some more, I'm just gonna go back into my brows because they are the most sacred part of my face, and I have to make sure that they're A1. They've been the same shape for about 10 or 11 years since I've been doing them. So yeah, I have to make sure that my signature brow look is complete. So now I'm just gonna just go in with the back of my beauty blender. I know I keep using this thing. And then I'm just gonna just blend everything out, especially since I set my face with this powder. And then I'm gonna just put a little bit where my smileys are so that it does not crease throughout the day. And then just keep blending it out. My beauty sponge is still damp. After all of this I've done so far, this sponge is still pretty damp. So that's good because it's kind of like a starter for when you set your face with your with your setting spray. And then, okay, I'm just gonna keep blending, blending, blending all over my face and down here. All right, I think I'm ready to set, y'all. She's ready to set. Okay, so I'm gonna be setting with my E.L.F. makeup mist set, and I'm just gonna just spray all over my face. I do this all the time. I feel like I be drowning when I be misting my face, y'all. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Okay, so right now it's looking pretty glowy. Let me set it somewhere. Okay. I'm gonna let that dry down for a little bit. And then I'm gonna get ready for my highlight. I like to highlight after I set my face because I feel like if I highlight before I set, it might not be in the spot that I want it to be. So I just like to highlight after my face dries from the setting spray. Okay. And then while I'm letting that dry down, I'm gonna be using my Menthol Lip Tint lip gloss from Bath & Body Works. This is my absolute favorite, as y'all can see, because it's almost gone. I don't know where my other one is. Right now I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lip. Any lip that I do is probably gonna be a natural nude lip color. A lot of lip colors I don't like on my lips. I just don't. Okay. And then I'm gonna go in with this gloss. And if you haven't tried this yet, this was kind of a classic lip gloss from Bath & Body Works. It literally tastes like mint, which is nice. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with some everyday mascaras from L'Oreal Paris. It's the Voluminous Carbon Black mascara, and I'm gonna just go in with this really quick. I'm looking off camera to apply it. Okay, she cute, she cute. Y'all can always see the difference, and it just brings more depth to your It brings more depth to your face, I think, from when you're doing like a full face beat versus like your eyelashes just looking dusty from the product from the product that fell on it. So I always like to go in with my mascara if I don't feel like using lashes for the day. Go in with your mascara, and it just gives that flawless look. Okay, so that's the mascara, and I'm gonna just go in with my contour brush to just blend out anything left of it down toward my neck. Oh, I forgot my highlight. I forgot the highlight. Okay, so the highlight I'm gonna be using is, this is the Becca Champagne Pop highlighter, and I dropped this, so it's just a mess right now. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, tap off the excess again, and you want to kind of just go in little swift motions. Like if you want to go back and forth like that, that is fine. And I'm just gonna highlight the top of my cheekbone. In the future, I'm gonna try a blush look with it. I'm not a fan of blush, but It doesn't hurt to just go for it every once in a while. So for my highlight, I like to blend that Becca sometimes with this bronzy, I forgot what this is. I just have it all in the bag because it kind of destroyed in the original package that it came in. So I just take whatever's left of the product in this bag and just slightly just dust it up and brush it up my cheekbone too, because I like that kind of more bronzier look just on my face because I'm very pale. So I'm just gonna brush it on my nose here, bring a little bit there and here. You can already kind of see the difference too. This is the final look, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is my all year round natural go-to makeup look. So let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.